Hi, my name is Carolyn Carney and I'm your instructor, and I wanted to try this out and see if this would work well for us to have just a little bit of video at the beginning of each week. So you have chapter 1 in the book this week, and I just wanted to point out that this is a kind of a chapter that every social sciences textbook has. It is about the history of the discipline, the theories, and also the research strategies. So the history tells the story of how we got to where we are in our current understanding of human development. And then the theory part, you'll read a lot about different theorists and some about their conceptions of human development and how we move through the stages of development. But a theory is an organized, integrated set of statements that describes, explains, and predicts behavior. And this is a little different than, oh, I have a theory about why my mom does this. This is more organized and more complex a theory. You might have a hypothesis about why your mom does something, but a theory is a much bigger thing than a hypothesis. Then also research strategies. This will be helpful to you for when you hear about or read about studies, and you can sort of evaluate, well, does this really make sense? How did they do the study? Was it rigorous? Is it an actual experiment they did, or is it a correlational study? And one of the things that you will need to remember for the rest of your life, I hope, is that correlation is not causation. So just because something's correlated, it doesn't mean that one thing causes another thing. A famous example is ice cream sales go up in the summer, and so do drownings. There's a correlation between the two, mathematical correlation. But of course, eating ice cream doesn't mean you're going to drown. What's the other thing that happens? It's hot. It's hot in the summer, and so that's why people eat more ice cream, and they also go swimming more, and there might be more drownings. So this chapter is really about the framework of what we know, and one of the things that we know is that development is lifelong. It's old people develop too. It's multidimensional and multidirectional, and it's plastic. Now, plastic means that it's capable of adapting to varying conditions. So we are capable of adapting. That's why the human race has survived for so long. And the other point is that development is influenced by multiple forces: biological forces, historical forces, social forces, and cultural forces. I want to remind you to be sure to read the boxes, particularly the one on resilience, because your question for the discussion next week will be about resilience. And finally, there's also a section in there about ethics and research, and this is something that's evolved over time. So I hope you find the textbook interesting to read. I certainly do. I don't recommend reading it in bed before you go to sleep unless you can't sleep. And also, if you have any questions about the course, please ask me. If they're more personal kind of questions about you, or then email me, or you can post a question to the discussion forum. Okay, I'll be trying to do a little better job on the video next week. Bye.